Good to see you guys. How you guys? Good to see you guys. Awesome. I'm going live across all different platforms here. So I look away. I'm talking to our literally we have over 400,000 followers. Very grateful for that and across all platform here. So we're gonna look at that. But anyway, good to see you guys. Put down the chat where you guys coming from. Turn on your camera and let's interact. The more you can participate, the more I can give to you, right? I will feed off of your energy. So, and put down the chat, what is your biggest challenge and what is your dream? What's your vision? Where you want to go as well. So the more you can be honest with yourself, the more we can work together and the more we can break through together as well, right? So welcome everybody. Good to see you guys. So definitely put down the chat what you guys want to accomplish and what's your biggest challenge because you guys are the most important person today. Okay. So Rob from Las Vegas, welcome. Bernice from New York. All right. Lita, good to see you again. Chicago Lynn. Let's go. Make it happen. Awesome. What is your dream? And what is your challenge? What's your bottleneck from achieving it? Okay. What does that look like for you? Okay. So Dr. Sherry Smith, welcome. Erica, thank you for turning your camera. Okay. And let's get going here as soon as I can here. So pat yourself on the back first for being here, right? That's the most important thing. The hardest thing is to show up, right? That's 80% of the battle. Right? When you show up for yourself, for your family, for your future, that's who you're showing up for, right? So So I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it worth your while today. And how I'm gonna share with you how I went from a trap, literally immigrant to become a trap corporate slave to absolute freedom with corporate housing, insurance housing, without the need to own any properties, have any employees, or even real estate experience. So whatever limiting belief that holding yourself back, let's throw that out the window today. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. Coming to America with absolutely no English, no connection, didn't know anybody except my uncle who worked at a Chinese restaurant who doesn't know anybody anyway. So if you know English, you know more than me, right? Um, and I'm going to share with you what we have accomplished, what we built with the community that we have so far as well. And it has been an incredible ride. Very humble to be here as well, and would love to help you achieve whatever you need to achieve. So only you can know that, right? Only you can know what you want to accomplish. Okay. How many here want to change your life, change everything within the next 6 months, great six-figure income passively? I'm talking about was just working a few hours a week. Right? So what is that like for you? What do you always want to accomplish but never able to achieve? Put down the chat. Okay. I will do everything in my power to make it worth your time. Stay to the end. I will give the blueprint on how you can do this as well. The longer you stay, the better it's gonna get. That's what I can promise you. Because I reward people who stay to the end, right? So toward the end, I will give three people the opportunity who in here want me to analyze your market, find you a deal, or tell you if it's a good deal or bad deal within minutes instead of you wasting years or hundreds of thousands of dollars to find out later, right? I will do that and they will be rewarded for the people who actually participate, actually engage. So I wanted to chat to see the chat blowing up, okay? And my team also here to help. So anything you do, get in here and help. Rianne, notify everybody as well. So let's make it happen. Okay. And then the last part, the last 15 minutes is the most important. Okay. The last 15 minutes of the class today is all about journeying into what you want. Okay. What I learned for all these billionaires that I have learned from over the past 20 years of entrepreneurship to be able to transfer that to you. Okay. So don't miss out on the last 15 minutes. So I want to block out the next 2 hours for you guys. Don't worry about a thing. Put your credit card away, nothing to sell at all, right? I'm here to give back. I actually invested over $1 million into my mindset and my strategies. Okay, literally, both formal education and informal education for the past 20 years. So I finally discovered the one vehicle that has helped me to get absolute financial freedom. This one vehicle that I'm about to share with you today. But I learn from the right people and I refuse to give up. That is the biggest key. Whether it's playing poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht with his top executive, or jumping the cold plunge and hot plunge with Tony Robbins, travel with his elite mastermind of the top level people, or play chess with Sir Richard Branson on his own island, right? All these gentlemen are worth billions of dollars with a B, and more importantly, they impacted millions and millions of people. And it's very humble to be able to shout it out by them to their community and help a lot of their community as well. So, you know, I'm saying all that to say that whoever you are following or being mentored by, ask them, hey, who are you being mentored by? Because they always got to be growing. They always got to be mentored by somebody, right? And the quickest test to see if they're legit or not is to see, who's their billionaires mentors. Because I guarantee you, the billionaires, you're not gonna get close to them if you're not legit, right? You're not gonna even get close to them, much less have them shout you out on to their millions of followers if you're not doing something right. Okay, that's just to inspire upon you, right? That we have really, really cracked the code on how to get that lifestyle. A lot of people have more money than us, right? I don't care about that. But I can tell you the lifestyle that we have created with this particular business is bar none priceless, and bar none have the most amount of freedom of all any other vehicle that I have ever encountered in my life. And I've been around the biggest names in the world, right? So I seen behind the curtains. I seen all the other ways, all the other hundreds of different kind of businesses, got my MBA and all of that. I haven't found anything that create this lifestyle. We literally have a billionaire lifestyle. Wake up when we want, do whatever we want to do, whenever we want to do it with whomever we want to do it with. And we got there not through decades of blood, sweat, and tears. We didn't get there with a silver spoon in my mouth, but it's through the strategy that I'll be sharing with you today, through the network that we have created, through the community that we have developed, and through the mindset that I'm going to share with you today. So, mindset is 80% of success, right? And anybody say otherwise just don't want to really understand success. So that's what I learned from all these billionaires. The one thing they all have in common. Check this out. The one thing they all have in common, you know what it is? They can disagree on so many things, but the one thing they have agree on one thing is they all have a lot of real estate that make them passive income. That's the holy grail to financial freedom. It's multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. Okay. Thousands and thousands of units these people have, literally. Okay. And that's how they got their freedom. Tony Robbins will tell you in the beginning, he's for decades, he feel like he's a dancing bear. He go on stage, he dance, he make money. He go off stage, he don't dance, he don't make money. Okay, he don't perform, he don't make money. Well, he got wiser through the years, and he invested over now he had like 5,000 units of real estate that making him passive income. Right, that is the key to freedom. Now, most of us we're not born into wealth, or we don't have a lot of silver spoon in my mouth, right? So far less than that. So what's the next best thing is to leverage somebody else real estate. And that's why we're here to show you the fastest way. How many here want to get to your goals 10 times faster, 10 times easier? Okay. It's not about us, it's about what we have built in our community. So these two students met within our community, they partner up, and literally within months, they got a few deals and they replaced their income right away. Okay. That's how fast it can go for you. Okay. How many want to have insurance booking that pay you 3 months upfront many times? And also 90% renewal, they usually book for 3, 4, 5 months, and then they stay double, 8, 9, 10, sometimes 12 months, paying double the market rent, right? So that's what I'm talking about. How many happy Mother's Day recently? How many in here are moms, right? My heart go out to mom and mothers all over the world, because that's the hardest job. You're basically having 3 jobs, right? You're managing your kids, you're managing your job, and you're managing your husband. Okay. That's a that's the hardest thing. I don't know how you guys do it. But these two moms come to me, say, Dr. Chau, I'm so busy, pull my hair out with all this thing going on. How am I going to build this business? Well, I just told them, like, hey, focus a few hours a week. That's all it takes. How many can commit a few hours a week to generate a lifetime of freedom, rest of their life? Within months, these two moms made it happen. Cracked the code, hit 6 figure income. The best part is they're not working 40 hours, 50 hours a week. They're only working 4 to 8 hours a week. That's it, a few hours a week. Sounds too good to be true. You know why? Because you're limiting belief. Okay. So empty your cup, open your mind. Your mind only work, the mind's like a parachute. It's only work when it's open, right? So I challenge you to really open your mind, or you can close it and you don't have to worry about a thing. And if that's you, and if you know, that's the way it is, and you're not coachable, please. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to wake you up. Okay. You can go and watch Netflix, more entertaining. So you're welcome to go do that, right? You want to, but you really want to hear to transform your life and really break through, then really empty your cup, open up your mind, and ready to be like water and receive, right? All right. So my goal for this is to show you how to make 6 figure beyond Airbnb that nobody else really teaching. For the past 10 years now, everybody's talking about Airbnb and all these great things, short-term rental and all of that. And I'm over here shouting from the rooftop, hey, I see the signs. I see what all these billionaires are doing. They're not doing the vacation rental model, guys. That's dangerous. Okay. The short-term rental game is getting bombarded with regulation, taxes. How many have been hurt by her with regulation, with taxes, if you do that any kind of short term, right? And especially recently with the war administration, all of that, nobody's traveling, right? Europeans don't come to America anymore. Canadians, all of that. You know, every 8 to 10 years, something major happened like COVID, 9/11, right? What's the first thing people cut when the economy is tough? Their vacation. It's a luxury. It's not a necessity. You got it? Okay. And then even if you get a good booking, to short term, you got so many gaps in between, and you got killed by taxes and inflation. How many got killed by taxes, right? If you do a short term rental, it's like, 15% to some, now it's like 28%. Ridiculous, right? So anyway, my story quickly is immigrant from Vietnam. We came over here with absolutely nothing, no English. So you know English, you got in a better position than me. I know one person when I came over here with my uncle who worked in a Chinese restaurant, right? Who doesn't know anybody. So you know more than one person in America, you're in a much better position than I was. Okay. We all sleep in one tiny mattress in the ghetto. I would literally hear gunshots as I go to school and pray that I can come home safely, right? That's where we started. So it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finish. where you're going. Okay. But I determined to achieve the American dream. Right? What's the American dream? It's not the American dream I've been sold to, is what? Go to school, get a good grade, become doctor and lawyer, you know, have a house, get a mortgage, have a little retirement. Is that really the life that you want? Okay. But anyway, monkey see, monkey do sometimes. So that's all I know at that time, and that's what I did. Nothing wrong with that. I'm all about education. Trust me. If anybody all about education is me. I literally we sacrifice everything to become a doctor of pharmacy and my MBA as well, right? Climb the corporate ladder within I won too. Like literally, I won the Pharmacy of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company. And I thought I made it. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna take care of you the rest of my life. Don't worry about a thing, right? Next thing I know, they sat me down, they gave me a raise. And I was like, oh man, this is my American dream, right? I'm gonna get freedom from now on. I won, I literally had a white coat, nice houses, nice car, title, won the award for a big Fortune 1 company. And I'm like, yes, what am I gonna get? They gave me a raise. You know what they gave me? A 2% raise. Doesn't keep up with inflation. Inflation is 10%, no matter what the social media tell you now. It's literally 10 to 20% a year. If you don't do anything different, every 10 years, your money lose 50%, half of the buying power. What are you doing with it? Okay. Anyway, so I was like, man, how am I gonna take care of my family with a 2% raise? I worked so hard for all year. And then they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it because I'm one of the better, worker, right? So I started to see the writing on the wall very quickly. It's definitely corporate America. They don't care about us, right? They don't care about you or me, okay? They care about the bottom line, okay? Even I had like no breaks. How many here feel burnout trap, you know? And I thought I made it. My mom was diagnosed with cancer at the time as well. And I was like, oh man, I gotta figure this out. I want to, take care of her for all the sacrifices that she did for me, for our family to come to America to take care of us, go to school, and all of that, right? So I try everything you can imagine. How many ever tried drop shipping, multi-level marketing, day trading, open up your franchise, your traditional business, multifamily, become a realtor, anything with traditional real estate? I literally try everything, guys. Okay. Online, offline, sideline, whatever. Right. So all of these businesses does work, but it's very rare. Every I have my MBA too, right? We all learn like 99.99% of business fail within the first 5 to 10 years. Why? Here's the reason. Most of all the other businesses is require you actually be there to make the money, or it's actually require you a lot of your trading your time for money and your active income. For example, drop shipping sounds great, right? You make money online, you make like 10, $20 passively online. No. Okay. Think about it, guys. If you make 10, $20 a sell, how many sales do you need to get to 10K a month? Literally thousands, thousands, right? And then if you do anything with physical product, what are some constraints? Shipping, tariff, all this stuff, all this crazy tariff going on right now. You know, how are we gonna compete with people who in Asia can produce it 10 times cheaper than you, right? Labor and everything 10 times cheaper than you. Okay. So drop shipping is like, I don't want to deal with thousands of customers. That's like a 10-time full-time job. Okay. Multi-level marketing. Who did multi-level marketing? Okay. I did it for many years. So many companies. Okay. And what I found out is they all about, you know, in order for you to make even just thousands of dollars a month, you need thousands of people in your downline. and it's like a pump that you go and you pump up the team, and then you guys make some money, and then it's not much anyway. Just cover your travel expenses. So, and then they lose the momentum, and then nothing happened. Or you call friends and family until you don't have any more friends and family. That's what multi-level marketing is. Okay. I don't recommend it at all. All right. Day trading. How many did that? I did. You know, I thought I was a genius, made hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm a genius. I won, especially through COVID, right? Next thing I know, I lost it all within a week. I'm like, what happened? And then I gone back went out for a few years, save some money, and go back at it again. And I was like, I did that for 3 times, and every single time I lost it all. I was like, why? I finally figured out why. You guys want to know why? Because you are competing against a whole team of professionals. It doesn't matter if you have Michael Jordan, even Michael Jordan talent, right? Can he really win a team of basketball playing by himself? No, right? Not even Michael Jordan. So why do you think you can win competing hundreds of people in a hedge funds? It's a professional team. They have an whole army that have been trained, and they are professional at just one thing, taking money out of your pocket as a retail trader. So, you know, they might let you win in the beginning for a while, and then they take it all. It's called sheeple, you know, do it all, shaving the sheep all at one time. Okay. So that's not the way. Opening up franchise, traditional business. Anybody have traditional businesses? My family has small businesses anywhere from dry cleaner, even big businesses too, like, restaurants, salons, shopping centers, all of that. Okay. All of those traditional businesses have so high of a failure rate. For example, I put 400K into opening up a restaurant. It took me 2 years to build. Okay. Once I built it, I found out I have a $50,000 a year job managing a bunch of teenagers. Okay. And get stuck in that little tiny place, don't have any freedom. I was like, what's the point? And I've seen it so many times with traditional businesses because the overhead is way too high, right? Rent is way too high. Anything with traditional building material, labor, everything gone up, right? And then managing a bunch of people too. That's not, I don't want to be managing a bunch of people, especially, teenagers, God bless them, but you know how they are, right? So, and that's what sometimes you got to do with traditional businesses. And that's why most of them fail. Multifamily, invest in commercial deal sounds great, right? Invest in apartments complexes sounds awesome. Explore different kind of commercial real estate. I did all of that, fly all over the country, learn from the best, try and do some commercial real estate in any way possible. What I found, even at the connection, the level, the income that I was as a doctor, is still super hard to get into. Why? Because for big deals, you need big bucks, right? You need hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into any deal. And if you lose, I mean, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. How many of those can you lose? Okay, right? And I know many, many people invest into other people deals, right? And they're only making a tiny percentage. Like one of my previous students invested $600,000 her life saving into other people deals, right? And she's only making like 2, 3 thousand a month. And I asked her like, hey, it took you 20 years to get there, and your goal to make 20,000 a month instead of 2, 3 thousand. How long would it take for you to get there doing this way? It's like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. It's taking me like would take me like 100 years. Okay, do you really have 100 years to wait? Do you really have 30 years to wait? Do you really want to wait even 10 years? Okay. Being realtor, traditional real estate, I've done that too. Okay. You make some income, but the thing is you're working nights and weekend, right? You really have to jump whenever the clients call. So there's no freedom there at all. You get tied up. I mean, what's the point of making all the money, but you don't ever see your family? Don't ever have the time with them. right? So I was frustrated. I was burnt out. I was trapped. Who never feel frustrated, burnt out, trapped? Okay. Because prior to becoming free, I was working 60 plus hours a week. I was lost. I was miserable, and I was at rock bottom. Okay. So I've been there. I understand where you guys are at. How many in here ever feel lost, miserable, and rock bottom? It's okay. You know, the economy is really like in a turmoil right now, right? Inflation's through the roof. Okay. Taxes killing everybody. Okay. So, but I promise you, stay with this. This is the key to your answer, and I will show you how. I'll show you why. But anyway, I was lost, miserable, and rock bottom. But that's when I met someone that gave me the epiphany. The epiphany is because up to this point, I was buying property. You see, I was saving up money 3 to 5 years to buy which one property, cash flowing a few $100. Okay. And up to this point, I only had like one or two property. It took me like 5 years to get there. And it was making like $300 a month. And I was like, I needed to make 10K a month to get freedom to sleep at night. Because no matter what, how good your job is, how good your income is, how good your business is, if you only have one source of income, guys, listen very, very carefully. Knock on wood, but what if something happened to your income? What if something happened to you? Something happened to your health? Something happened to your license, economy, whatever. If you only have one source of income, what if you lose that income today? What will happen? Okay. Think about that, guys. That's what kept me up at night. Okay. Even though I was making six figures, right? I was having the white coat and having all kind of, from the outside, I looked amazing, doctor and all of that. But it's always haunts me that, hey, what if something happened? I make one mistake, I could lose my license, something in the economy, company downsizing, AI replacing everything, right? AI is hacking everything. What are you going to do when you lose your job? What are you going to do when you lose your ability to perform? Or AI is hacking your industry, right? So that is something to think about. So you want to have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That's the holy grail to financial freedom. Write that down, guys. MSIs. That's what I learned from all these billionaires. They all have MSIs backed up by real estate. Okay. But the challenge with real estate is how many real estate can you actually buy? Okay. Okay. Maybe every 5 years you save up money, you buy one house and you rehab it, and you buy every 5 years you buy another one. How much cash flow are you making per real estate? Traditional ways, like a few $100 after the tenants move out, right? Maybe if you do lucky of that, you make $1,000, $2,000 a month. Okay, that's great. But how long will it take for you to do 10 times that? If it took you many years to save up the money to buy the real estate, literally 30, 40 years, even 50 years sometimes, right? Is that, you want to wait that long? Or is there a better way? Okay, the better way is this, is you don't have to own the home to make money from it. You actually can leverage OPP, write that down, other people's property. Okay. So this was like 15 years ago when Airbnb just got started. And I was like, oh, interesting. Wow, you mean to tell me I don't have to own the home to actually make money from it? Yeah. And you mean I don't have to save up 10 years of my life to actually buy a home, rehabbing it, and then only making a few $100? Yeah. Okay. Here's the crazy thing. That lady asked me one question, blow my mind. Does Airbnb even own any properties? No. Does Uber even own any cars? No, yet they become the number one company in the world in their industry. Have you ever thought about that? What took the Hilton 100 years to build, Airbnb kicked their ass in 10 years, blow them out of the water in 10 years. Why? Because they know how to leverage OPP, other people property, right? So, and I just want to show you that you don't have to own the property to make money from it. As long as you add value, you can control the property and make as much as the owner. But you get there, how fast? 100 times faster. It's all about speed, guys. Life is short, all right? And for my mom, it's super short because at 48, she had diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, unfortunately, right? But because of this business, I'm able to provide a life for her, and it says extend her life 12 years plus, right? Because of the cash flow and the freedom that the made. That's why business is so important when you know how to do it. And money is not good or evil, it's just how you use it, right? But anyway, that's what I'm talking about here. You want to scale to your freedom as fast as you can. This life is short. So again, no, nothing to say with you today is put a credit card away and all of that. I want you to focus. This is my way of giving back to you. So who in here want a one-on-one time with me directly? I usually cost thousands of dollars for the one-on-one time with me, right? But because of your following me for many years, I want to give back to the community. I have set aside about 4 or 5 spots, a 1 hour slot, literally one-on-one with me, and these slots are filling up super fast. So literally my calendar is slammed every day. So first come, first serve. The link is in the chat if you want to apply to see you qualify to win one of those spots with me. Literally an hour free consult with you and your partner to be able to see if we have alignment what we do here with corporate housing, and to be able to see, want to make sure it's aligned with everybody that we do business with as well. To see how we can help you and how we can work together, okay? And to be part of one of the greatest community alive here today in today's market with corporate housing to get you absolute financial freedom. Okay. And when I talk about absolute financial freedom, I'm talking about time, money, relationship, and location. We literally, my lovely wife, we literally travel around the world together for a number of years now. Got my freedom 8 years ago. Travel around the world, do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it with. Now retired her, 15 years in us. She's absolutely incredible, a missionary and all of that. And I was like, what better way to enjoy life? Do whatever you want to do. Ultimate freedom. Okay. Whoever you follow in your line of business or work, ask them, hey, can they just take off 3 months and go off grid and do whatever they want to do? We've done that several times together. Last time was in Costa Rica. Last year we were in Santorini, Paris, the Olympics. Literally, the Olympics happen every 100 years in Paris, and we were there for that. You can't trade that for anything, right? And we're about to do it again here very soon. We book a one-way ticket to a country. How long we like it, that's how long we're gonna stay. And very, very grateful for that, right? So that's what I'm talking about, freedom. Okay. You might have way more money than us, me and my community, but I can guarantee you that we have way more freedom than anybody could ever dream of because of this business. Imagine going to literally the French Riviera, right? And then stay there as long as you want, and then figure out where the next place you want to be. Oh, Santorini is awesome. Okay, well, let's fly to Santorini. Why not? Right? And then on the way back, like Tulum. Tulum is fantastic. Stay in Tulum for a couple of weeks. That's true freedom, right? Because Costa Rica is great. Let's stay there. Oh, we love it so much. We stay there for 3 months. That's freedom. And you cannot get that with the old model. The old model is exchange your time for money directly. 1 hour your life, X amount of dollars, salary is even worse, right? Right, guys? And they told us to put money into a safe place, and maybe 40, 50 years from now, you can actually enjoy it. So check this out. Has anybody know anybody that this model actually worked for? They actually retired, that got millionaire, don't have to worry about a thing for the rest of their life. I've been doing this for a long time. I asked so many people. I never seen one person that actually this work out for. Have you? Okay. So think about it, guys. And why? Because like life like a matrix. We've been plugged into this matrix right? Just go to school, get a good grade, become a doctor, a lawyer, and all of that, and get a mortgage and get a house, get a nice, build a nice family, build a retirement, and the next thing you know, what happened? Have you ever wonder why? The people who actually make the money from this are the hedge funds manager, the young bucks who fly helicopter, drive Ferrari, and they're in their 20s and 30s. Why? Because they are hedge funds manager. They're bankers. This the model that you are currently in is written for them, not for you. Okay. And if you really think that you own that house and if you have a mortgage on it, think again. Okay. Don't be like one of my followers, been following me for many years. She's making great income. And she's like, oh, I do it one day, I'm making good income. I have multiple houses. I'm okay. Right. She's making like 300,000 a year. Right. Next thing you know, she got health issue. So she can't go to work. She lost her job. And guess what? You can't make the mortgage payment. Whose house is it? It's the bank. They took all her houses back. Okay. And then she booked a call with me. That's, oh, Dr. Chow, how can I help? How can you help me now? Like, why don't you do it sooner? You have all these time, all these opportunities for you. Now it's pretty much very late now. Okay. Don't wait for it until it's too late. All right. So that time, when would now be the best time? That's what my mentor, billionaire, always say. When would now be the best time? Right. So what is the answer? The new model. You want to create an equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly exchange your time for money. Listen very carefully, you guys. If you are trading your time for money, it doesn't matter. You're doctor and lawyer. I know many of them. They are, they have the money, but they got no time or freedom. What's the point? It's like a modern slavery. Okay. Right. That's how I felt when I was a doctor working for the corporate grind. Okay. Golden handcuff, right? So you don't want that. You want to figure out a way where you earn money while you sleep. Well, I try all kind of businesses. What's the best way to earn money while you sleep, guys? Is literally real estate, nothing else. All the other businesses, you actually have to see the client to make the money, right? You have to spend time with the client, doctor, lawyer, dentist, whatever, to make the money. The more money, the more time you spend with your client, the more money you make. Well, what is life made out of? Time. You see? And if you keep trading your time for money, what are you gonna get? Less life. Who wouldn't want that, right? So you want to create a way to earn money while you sleep. What better way to earn money while you sleep than having people sleep at your property and make money? We literally make money in our sleep by people sleeping in our property. And then we want to reinvest into your business, and then you have multiple streams of income in direct proportion to the value you provide to the marketplace, not your time and your hard work. The value you provide to the marketplace. Make sense, guys? So take a screenshot of this, put it somewhere, and that's the way to do it. The hardware is definitely on my own. Guys, I do whatever it takes to go back 15, 20 years ago when I first started, if I know what I know today. I literally lost thousands of hours, hundreds of thousands of hours, tens of thousands, more like millions of dollars if I know what to do now, right? I closed down more than 10 of these Airbnbs, okay? Corporate housing back then, whatever you want to call it. It's not until I shift to corporate housing where it's more stable. That's how you're able to grow. But I can save you from these nightmares, is what I can share with you. I can save you from all these nightmares. Why? Because I had no mentor, I had no support group. You know how lucky you guys are now with the internet, social media, and all of that, right? And the community. If you found us, there's no excuses left, okay? I literally had to figure out everything on my own. Okay. Long time ago. Even with that, I scale, make six figures in months, the rest is history. Why is this different? Because clients stay for months here instead of days. That one thing, guys, check this out. If you have a short-term rental, your average stay 3 to 6 days, and then so much work. Every 90 days, every month, you have to host like 4 or 5 different people, right? How are you going to scale? Well, check this out. Instead of staying for a few days, how about a few months? The average length of our stay for our corporate clients is 3 to 6 months with a 90% chance of extension with zero eviction, by the way. Zero eviction for the past 10 years doing this. Hundreds of clients, hundreds of properties, hundreds of testimonials. Why? Because the last thing the corporate company wants is to lose their reputation. They got way more to lose than that, right? So they're gonna do everything in their power to make sure you're paid. Okay. Literally, that's chump change for them. 20, 30,000 rent payment. It's nothing to them. Make sense? And then if you build your business on Airbnb or vacation rental, it's like building your castle on sand. Remember 9/11? Remember COVID? Remember what's happening now? People not traveling. People not going on vacation anymore, right? Every 10 years, something major happened, and there goes your vacation rental company. Boom. Even the biggest company, billion-dollar company, through COVID had to close down if they focus on vacation rental. Okay, they focus on short term. Okay, so clients stay for months. It's stable. Makes sense. You make 2 times the market rent while minimize management. By the way, you make a lot high rent. Why? Because corporate, they have money. Who is your ideal client? That should be the question you ask yourself. Who is your ideal client? Is your ideal client the mom and pop who could lose their job and couldn't pay or damage the property? Or is your ideal client the vacation renter who also damaged the property by drug, alcohol, or they only stay for a few days, right? Or is your ideal client companies who actually stay for months and they pay double the market rent, or insurance company who actually extend 90% of the time because most projects never finish on time. You guys work in, renovations, right? You work in corporate, it always takes longer than you think, right? So that's why they always extend. And then it's also recession proof, inflation proof, because it's a landlord or participate in the real estate property management. The higher the inflation, the more rent we can charge. You see, you actually be beneficial of that. Make sense? And then you're not getting because it's midterm in longer than 30 days, you escape a lot of regulations and a lot of tax exempt. If you do short term, you're getting killed by taxes and regulations, right? You guys know that, right? One of the guests on here, you would know, they about to increase the taxes to 28%. Right, Lydia? It's crazy. 28%. What kind of profit are you going to be making? Nothing. Okay. And then you got all kind of hoops you got to jump through to even get there. All kind of regulations you got to deal with. And some places you can't even do any more short term. And it's more and more every day. What's the answer? How about you rent out to corporate for 3 to 6 months? You don't have to worry about that. It's longer than 30 days. You escape a lot of the short-term taxes. You get to be exempted from that. Imagine that, right? And it's 10 times less risk and headache because B2B versus B2C, right? No matter how great that person is, if they lose their job, something happens to their health, you can't be just kick them out on the street, guys, right? They can't pay rent for a few months, right? The courts always rule in their favor, usually. Okay. That's why business to B2C is very dangerous. And how many of those does it take to ruin your savings, your property? One. I literally talked with one other person today, and she literally lost 100K, which is actually lost 60K, but when you really look into it, she lost more like 100K from one tenant. not paying for 6 months, and then another 3, 4 months to renovate the home, right? That's not what you want, guys. Just one of those can ruin your whole savings. And now she got to pick up the second job to pay for it. I was like, man, that sucks. Okay. So with this, you don't have to worry about that because, again, how many evictions we had to deal with the last 10 years? Hundreds of members, hundreds of properties. Zero. Okay. Zero. That's the beautiful thing about this business. Because the last thing the company wants is to ruin or risk the entire $1 billion company, right? They don't want to mess with that. They cut you a check. Here you go. They got plenty of money. Don't worry about it. Okay. And then insurance. If your houses get flooded, knock on wood, right? Or get fire damage and all of that, but guess what? The insurance is got to pay. They obligated by law to pay up to 10% of the value of your home, which is quite a bit. So your home value at 500K to a million, that's 50K to 100K in rent that they could be paying for you while you go through the renovation of fix your home. That's 50K, 100K that could be in your pocket if you're on the right side of the equation. Make sense? That's why it's amazing. Okay. When we have a corporate check-in, insurance check-in, it's like guaranteed money. Wire every single month. How would you like to get wire every single month? Guarantee income. Okay. And then no headaches because you don't have to deal with drama and all of that. If one of the employees messed up, guess what? They can fire and hire another one, replace them. You don't have to worry about it, right? And I know there's a lot of room rental. You rent out by the room, and that's happening quite a bit, right? It sounds all good until something major happens. It's like a reality TV show. You put a bunch of strangers into one house and see what happened. Well, if you do it long enough, you're gonna see what happened. Okay. All right. And then even if you work it out, I mean, that's like if you have 5 leases, that's 5 times more work. Why? Why do that to yourself? Why would you want 5 times more work when you can just rent out the entire place to one company and they take over the whole places? And you don't have to worry about all of that. You can travel around the world. Life is short. I mean, come on. Let's just make it happen. Right. So that's why we build this community for a reason. Because it's too good not to share. I literally, my first year got my freedom. I was enjoying it. Then my second year, and I was like, what am I supposed to do, God? Okay. And I remember like yesterday, like it's not about you anymore, right? You already take care of your parents, your family is good and all of that. It's about helping other people. With freedom come responsibility, right? So I have the responsibility to share this to as many people. And that's why we built one of the biggest community network for corporate housing, helping so many people achieving it, people who actually don't have any chance otherwise, because nobody else is teaching this, because everybody is so in scarcity mindset that, oh, I don't want to share this. I remember when I first shared this, people in my industry, my colleagues said, hey, why are you sharing this stuff to Chau? We don't want more competition, all of that. And I was like, man, I just want to help somebody like me when they're first starting out trying to get into this business. And it's so hard because all this limiting thing, all the barrier of entry, and they don't have anybody to guide them. They make a bunch of mistakes. I want to help the little man, little person, right? What's wrong with that? Okay. It's like abundance, guys. It's not about scarcity mindset, abundance. We can collaborate. And that's why we love about our community. We can collaborate all the time. Okay. We literally have partnership up. Imagine you come in and then you can say from day one, instead of just you doing one property, one location, and people ask you, hey, how many of these have you done? You say, oh, it's my first one. Or corporate company ask you what's your track record for doing this. And your track record is, oh, I only been doing one property. Like that's a very limited way of thinking, right? Versus one of our students could say, hey, they could be a working mom, like one of them, what that I shared with you earlier, the stories. They don't have any experience, but they, by being part of our network, of our community, they can leverage us. They can say from day one, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We have done hundreds of properties nationwide for the past 20 years combined experience. And now we want to see if your property qualify for what we do. If it is, we do X, Y, and Z for you. You see the difference? Boom. It's called leveraging our track record, leveraging other people, community. Because if you're going to go to war, you want to go to war by yourself, you want to go to war with an army. Of course, we're an army, right? If you want to go to play a team in any sports, even Michael Jordan, Tom Brady cannot be a whole team by himself. So if you don't have a team, why not leveraging somebody else's team that already built for the past 10 years, unless you want to spend the next 10, 20 years to build it yourself with 99% chance of failure, then go for it. Okay. But anyway, that's why we build this community for a reason. That's why we love the process. Okay. So let me share with you. We're going to go over all of this as well. Many, many ways for you to think to do this. But let me just share this quick highlight from the community with you real quick.
Officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have to definitely focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
Well, on average, $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed up $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to be a pharmacist?
Forever.
Actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. Yeah. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month. That's good.
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
Right. How much are we making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
1,000 a month. Yeah. So peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's he's glowing. He got money on his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months. So
He's a truck driver, guys. Truck driver.
Realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. You teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000
Profit. A month, by the way.
a month. I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. This is it's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's going to do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
15, guys. So if a single mom from Africa can do this, a truck driver can make 6 figures and retire early in 6 months, and even a 15 years old can do it, what's your excuse? Right? When is your time? When were you actually going to make it happen? Okay? So that's why I love about this community, because no more excuses, right? How much longer are you willing to keep lying to yourself and your family? That's going to work out. It's going to work out. And then by several years now, and it's still the same thing. Okay. So I challenge you to take the next step, is to find out if we can work together or not. The next step is to book a call directly with me. So you do have to apply. I couldn't work with everybody. My bandwidth is very limited. So 3 things to look for. Number 1 is being coachable. And if you are coachable, on a scale of 1 to 10, at least an 8, 9, or 10, because if you're not coachable, I can't help you, right? Number 2, you got to think positive. Can't have no negative within the community. You know, one rotten apple can ruin the whole pot, right? So think positive. And number 3 is, are you a giver and not just a taker? The reason why the community thrives is we are a community of giver. Everybody help everybody. That's what I love about that. Recently, I have an alumni from my program who come back and give back. She literally make millions of dollars, right? Incredible person. And now she just want to give back to the community because we have help. So she literally talked to another lady, another who going through a lot of struggle right now, and just keep on giving. That's what I love about our community. Okay. So, and that's why we have all kinds of examples for you guys to base out of. Everything from a 15 years old to 70 something years old, doesn't matter with your background. You think you're busy? Let me introduce you to Candy, who literally a single mom working three jobs to do this. Okay, with broken English. Okay, and she able to still make it happen, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's dive in here to the next thing here as well. But anybody in here want to be a part of an amazing journey together, the links in the chat for you to apply to see if you qualify and go from there. Again, only do it if you are serious, guys. Okay, and I am literally set an hour of my time for you, so I take it very seriously. So please do as well. Make sure you're in a laptop, okay, in a quiet place. If you have a spouse, want to be on the same page, to schedule a time where your spouse could be on there as well. And want to make sure that it's a good fit for both of us, right? To make sure that we're aligned. If we're not aligned, I tell you straight up, we're not lying. It's all good, you know? But anyway, when would now be the best time? Don't procrastinate. Don't be like that lady that followed me for years, right? Who have a good job, have a good income, but then wouldn't do anything about it, and then keep on procrastinating, making excuses, whatever, and then lost it all, like I said. So I don't want that to happen to anybody, sincerely. I want to really help you to be a part of a legendary community with the right connections, to build the right foundation, to have the right business for the rest of your life. Okay. So how do you do this? Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts, right? So let's go back here into our slides. Okay. So if you only own a home, or some of you might have one rental and all of that, which is great, but think about how much money you actually make from your rental. Usually a few $100, maybe even $1,000. How's that going to change your life? Not really, right? And how fast can you get to 10 houses at your current level of doing things? So your strategy, okay? If you have 10 houses, make it 10, 20K a month, 6-figure income, most of you can be free, right? The challenge is most people don't have that capital to buy 10 houses. Or if they do, it's going to take 30, 40 years. I mean, do you really want to wait 30, 40 years? Let me introduce you to a much better model. What if you can rent other people's property and you don't have to buy it, you don't have to own it, but you can control it with a sublet clause? It's called master lease. They do it all the time in commercial, but most people don't know it exists in residential. Why do you want to do this? For one house that you buy, you can literally do 10 of these, with what we call arbitrage. for the same amount of investment. Let's say you put a down payment, to buy a house, 50K, another 50K for rehab, that's 100K. Well, 100K, you can rent 10 houses, with the deposit. You see what I'm saying? Plenty. So for the same amount of investment, do you want to make money from 10 houses or one house? For me, 10 houses all day long, right? That's how I was able to retire when I was 33 and help these people do it within 6 months or less. There's no way you can do it. You're just buying the property. That would take forever. That's a 20, 30 years game plan. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that I don't want to wait 20, 30 years. I don't know what happened. Life is short, right? How many 20, 30 years? Who knows what will happen next year? What if you can get your freedom within the next 6 months? Okay. So that's what we do. And then it's a lot less risk. People think it's more risky to do that, but it's actually not. The biggest risk that you have if you buy the property and you have a mortgage on it, right? And if something happens to the property, that's all on you. And you put all your life savings to one property. Hey, if something happened to that property, got burned out, flood, fire, or you have a bad tenant, what happened to your one source of income? Gone, right? But imagine you put that, you open 10 properties, 10 A plus market, by the way, that's the beautiful thing to do with this model. You can, instead of when you buy, how you buy like C property, B property, and C neighborhood, because that's all you can afford, right? Right? Because of your income and all that stuff. Well, when you rent, the difference between renting an A property or B property, A neighborhood and B neighborhood, is only a few $100. Anybody can afford a few $100 a month extra, right? And then you can pass that on to the sublease, the corporate company anyway. You see? So you can be, how many here want to be an A plus neighborhood, A properties, right? And then you have 10 property. So it's, even if, instead of one property, and if it doesn't work out, you lose everything. Now you have 10 with the same amount of investment. So even if you blow one of them, or one of them burn down, doesn't work out, whatever reason, you're not losing 100% of your income. You're losing only 10%. You see? So you still have 90% of your income. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I love about it. The more property you have, the safer it actually is for you. Okay? The more income you have. And then you can test different markets. If you buy a property and if you get in the wrong area, in the wrong property, man, imagine that. You have to sell the property, pay taxes, right? Go through months to make that happen, sometimes years, and then buy another property, take another many months, many years to do that with. Versus if this doesn't work out, hey, here's my 1 month deposit. You move the furniture to another house. That's how fast you can do it within a week. Okay. The worst case is maybe you just lose your deposit and 1 month rent, a few $1,000. But if you buy in the wrong neighborhood, you can get stuck with it for many years. And if you can't make payment and you can't sell it, you can lose your property, lose your down payment, lose everything. You see? Now, what is the freedom formula? How do these newbies in real estate get freedom within months? It's a very standard model here. It's stacking cash flow. Cash flow equal freedom. Write that down. So month one, just do one property, make 2K a month passively, right? You rent it, let's say for 3,000, 4,000. You can sublease it for a company for 6,000, 7,000. That's how you make about 2,000 a month. Okay, depending on average. If you're in California, New York, right, Florida, you can make 3 or 4 or 5K a month. But I'm just under promise, over deliver. So month one, do that. Month two, if you can do one, can you do another one? Yeah. Month two, you do 2 more, right? Now you're at 6K. Month three, you do 2 more. Now you're at 10K. Literally 3 months from now, you can have 10K a month. How will your life change in 3 months? Imagine you have 10K a month work, like coming in, whether you work or not, in your sleep. Isn't that amazing? All right. Our fastest student not only did 10K a month, he did 15K a month within 1 month and retire on the beach. Okay. So I don't want to hold you back. And you think you're busy, I can introduce you to a mom who working full-time, raising 2 little boys, running around. And she did 10K a month within 1 month. And then got her freedom. The rest is, and then she travel over the world and have freedom. And then she have another twins, another babies. Okay. I can guarantee you that. But life is a lot better when she relax and, having a weekly vacation. So anyway, every single month, just add on 1 or 2 properties, right? 6 months from now, you have about 12, 11 properties, 12 properties. You make about 20 something K a month. That's over $250,000 a year. If you do nothing else, put that into a trust fund, your kids are taken care of the rest of their life, giving them 200 or 300K a year in passive income, right? In 10 years, that's $2.6 million. And if that's not enough for you, you can scale to 20 properties like some of our students and make $500,000 a year, working a few hours a week, by the way. That's the beautiful thing about this business. You don't need that to work all the time. The clients don't even want to see you. Okay. The clients, what better business when the clients, they don't need to talk to you, they don't want to see you, they wire your monthly income. Only in corporate housing, insurance housing. Okay. Every other business, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Any business you're in, think about it. Doctor, lawyer, dentist, you run a shop, right? You got to see the client to make the money. You got to talk to the client. You got to service them, right? Even if you're selling a product, you still have a bunch of customer service, right? But this, man, think about it. What's the worst case? Was like, okay, so the AC broke down, plumber, whatever. Guess what they call? They call my manager, not me. My manager called the professional, fix it. They don't even want to talk to me. Imagine that, right? That's why I have a freedom travel reward and do whatever I want to do and now coach a lot of people because I like, what am I going to do with my time now? Because I get way more kick out of what I do to help somebody else. And that's my way of fulfillment now. It's about legacy, helping 1 million families break generational curse and build generational wealth, right? That's my calling now. Okay. So anyway, so that's what I want to share with you. Okay. So imagine that for you. Put down the chat. What will you do when you make 10, 20K a month with your family, your community? How will you give back? I would love to know. 1+, yeah, cash flow is the freedom. Amen. Okay. So why are we different? What other Airbnb gurus don't tell you? Okay. So we talk about some of that. So we have a 4-step proprietary system that we'll go over now. F, we find the right location. A, ask to sublease. S, to set up to stand out. T, to tap into corporate clients. Okay. Find the right location. A lot of people say that you need a ton of software, a ton of research. If you do anything short term, you need like, AirDNA, Price Lab, all the software you need and all of that. I say, can I tell you the truth? You actually don't need any of that. Okay. All those software and all of that, unfortunately, they make money from your subscription. Okay. And they're not very accurate. What I'm about to share with you is the 3H system that have literally took me many years to figure out and have tested hundreds of properties nationwide. I'm going to give it to you for free. It's a I thank you for being like just following me and share the message, So the 3H's, write it down. Highways, hospitals, and hotels. When two highway intersect, right? When two highway intersect, where attention flow, money flow, right? Where attention flow, money flow. Okay. So where two highways intersect, that's where you see the major hospitals put out $1 billion to build it. Major hotels put out $100 million to build it. Don't you think they've done their research? Exactly. Right? They have. And then I will give you the bonus H as well and wait for that. That is when just in a little bit here, I will go and analyze some deals live, and I'll share with you that other secret edge as well. Okay, exactly for the big boys, meant to that. So that's the location, and I will analyze the deal live for you here in a little bit. I want to go over as much content as possible. How do you talk to the landlord? Okay, a lot of people teach you how to pitch your landlord on your own, right? Hey, landlord, I want to Airbnb your property. Like, that's what usually happens, right? They heard that 1,000 times. What make you stand out? What's the first thing they're gonna ask you? Oh, they like you, like Quintel, you look great, Dr. Sherry Smith, you're a doctor, that's awesome. Douglas, yeah, you look professional. I like you. But what still they want to see? What's your track record for doing corporate housing? Why would I give you my property, my baby? Right? So, and then what you're gonna say? Oh, it's my first corporate housing. It's actually, I never actually done this before, or maybe I have a couple properties, but I don't really like I don't really know what I'm doing. Do you think they're gonna give you their property? See, the reason why it work with us, you can leverage our track record, leverage our network with hundreds of members, hundreds of property nationwide, have a combined 20 years experience. So now you're not just worried about them. You can do it as a team. We have partners nationwide in every major state, every major city in America, and they partner up all the time. And we will go over how to say and all of that. So let's actually go over that so people can have a better idea of what to say to people, what to say to the landlord, right? And then, yeah. So master the art of gaining landlord approval, okay? Actually, let's analyze some deals right now, and then I will go over that, okay? So let's jump in. Who here want me to analyze your property, your area, your deal? Put down the chat what area you want me to analyze for you. So take advantage of this, guys. People pay me a lot of money to do this for them, okay? So I'm going to show you live here for those lucky ones. So put down in the chat what area, what market you want to do it in. And I will share that with you as well, okay? Or if you have a property, what's your address? So I can show you what to do, okay? All right, Bernice said Buffalo, New York. All right, so let's go to Buffalo. Buffalo, New York. Okay. Hold on. So you want to go to Google Map. Okay. And then you want to search for that area. And then you want to go straight into what highways are we talking about here? Where are the highway intersections? So I'm going to do this rapid fire here. Okay, so Buffalo, New York, right? Boom. Buffalo, New York. Okay. So you see these highways here intersecting 90, intersect 290, 190. And then you want to search for hotels. Okay. Search for hotel. Look at all these hotels. They are at major intersection, right? They are literally at major intersection. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna see if they are able to meet your criteria. Some of the highways, some of the hospitals, hotel, you don't want the motel, right? So you want to filter out like $100, at least $100 or more a night. So it's not the motel, okay? So you want to be in a good area. So look, all these clusters are where you want to be, right? This cluster here, when these two highway intersect, boom. This cluster here, boom. So that's where you want to be. It's a circle. Make a circle. This is your market. This is your market. Okay. Downtown, you want to avoid downtown. There's too much competition, too much headache, all of that. You see? Pretty easy. And then you go to Zillow, and now you see the market here, right? Oh, the other secret egg I promise to give you is healthy grocery store. I only usually give that to my student, but I like you guys. I want to help you guys. Healthy grocery store. Why? Because the sophisticated people, that's where they invest their money. It's in themselves. It's in their health, right? So people who like Whole Food, vitamin shops, all of that, they're all in pretty good neighborhood to be able to open those shops, right? Whole Food, Trader Joe, right? They done their market research. You see? So that's where you want to be, right? And then you simply go to Zillow, okay? And you put in 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath is even better, actually. Okay. So that's a sweet spot. 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, or bigger. The more room, the better. Okay. Entire place allows small dogs, small pets as well. Okay. Allows, yeah, small dogs, small pets, right? Furnished too. Oh man, this is like, low-hanging fruit. Imagine you can go in there and you can say, hey, all these people who don't know what they're doing, like, how would you like, Mr. Landlord, Miss Landlord, to triple your cash flow while I do all the work for you? What do you think they're gonna say, right? So now these low-hanging fruit, there's not that many of them, but when you see them, boom, you see, you can literally take over a property within just a few $1,000. So you want more inventory? Unclick the furnished rental and see what's out there, right? And see what's out there. There's not that many in Buffalo, New York. Remove boundary. Click on remove boundary. Okay. So that's definitely a hot market right now. There's not a lot of inventory, right? Which is all right. There's some places that have a lot of inventory. All you need is just a couple of these. That's all you need, guys, to really win. You see? Let somebody do all the hard work for you. They already build the property. They already renovated. They already, some of it even furnished already for you. You see? So very, very easy for you to do. Boom. You found your few deals right there. Okay. Let's go into another example. So I want to get to everybody here. Let's see what's the next one. Okay. Vegas. Okay. Rob said Vegas. Let's go to Vegas. So Las Vegas. Okay. Viva Las Vegas. Okay. So now you search for the 4 H's. Okay. Hospitals. Boom, boom, boom. These major hospital right here. Okay. A major highway intersection. Hotels. Pop over at least $100 or more, right? There's a ton of hotels. Okay, of course, Vegas. But where do they concentrate? Of course, on this area, right? And maybe that area. And then healthy grocery store. Sprouts, Whole Food. Remember these places, right? So there's a Sprout and Whole Food right here up in this area, circle. There's a Marriott resort here too. That's a good sign. See, there's this area, one market. And then down here, Trader Joe's, Ralph, another market right here on the right. And then another market right here on the left, a little west of the strip. So you got three markets. So what you do, you go into Zillow, you circle those three markets, you zoom in, you go into three different markets, and then one of them gonna be a huge winner, and you double down on that. You see? Isn't that a lot better than if you go buy a property and then you messed up and then you're like, oh, what am I gonna do? And then you gotta try and get out of it, right? Exactly. That's why it's so much better. Okay. So circle those market, and then you go into Zillow or other places, other website and all that, but Zillow is the granddaddy, right? You do Las Vegas, 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, you know. There's plenty, and plenty of properties, right? Remember those three circles that you're doing, okay? It's market, that market, that market. So the average rent here for the 4 bedroom that's vacant looks like it's about $22,000 to $3,000 a month. So instantly you can know that you can get corporate for double that, at least around there. So instead of 3 or 4 thousand or 2, 3 thousand a month, you can rent it for 5 or 6 thousand, right? That's how you make double the market rent. Now, when you hit on furnace, oh man, the opportunities are huge. So imagine a lot of mom and pop, they don't know what they're doing. So there's opportunities for you, right? Click on furnace, click on remove boundaries. Okay. Loading. To refresh this. 1 second, guys. I think something going on with Zillow lately. It's loading very slow. Okay, so come on. Boom. Rent. Oh, allow small dogs, allow small cats. So that's how you can separate yourself from the hotels, right? Hmm. Something is going on with Zillow. It's not loading correctly. A sec, whatever. Let me see if I can reload this. I think they did an update recently. Look a little bit and definitely affecting their performance, unfortunately. But see, come on. I want to show you guys this. Am I still on? Is it my internet or something? Hopefully. Rianne, can you hear me?
Shall I say
Can you hear
something?
me?
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
I'm still connected.
Yes. We could
Okay.
also see your screen.
Okay. I think the internet is having issue or Zillow is not working too well. So let me go back, trying to go back, unload it. I think they did an update recently. Let me see if I can go Even on Redfin. Let's see if we can do Redfin. Hmm. Okay, you can hear me. Good. Sorry, my internet is super slow for some reason. Let me play a quick highlight while I figure this out real quick. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So let me play another highlight for you while I figure this out. Okay. So we literally have hundreds of testimonials here, guys. You can go on here and you can watch it yourself anytime. Okay.
Amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with two little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make six-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. It's Coach Ann.
Hi guys, to be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing,
Dr.
with our
Chau,
one house.
your
For the
screen
last
froze.
months, we've spent honestly the entire.
My screen froze, but you can hear the sound, okay?
Yes, you can hear the sound, your computer sound, but
Okay.
we don't.
Huh. Okay, let's try.
I'm like 5
It
hours
still froze?
within like these last like 5 months. So an hour a month,
Nothing.
guys. Honestly.
You don't see your
You're
screen
not
anymore?
sharing.
Yeah, I stopped sharing so I can reload it. Can you see okay now?
Still nothing.
Nothing? You don't see anything? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me do this at a different browser. So a technical issue. All right. Okay, so hopefully resolve now. Why is so everything so slow? Hmm. Okay. Let's see here. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes technical issues got roll with it, huh? Loading. Let me try. Let me try connect to maybe another internet. That I have a couple of internets here. I have backup, so try that. Okay, my internet hopefully better now. Can you hear me now? Oof. Super slow. Okay. Why so slow? Loading everything up. Almost there. Let's go back to Zillow here. Please support. Let me try Redfin. Okay, good. I think Redfin working better. So yeah, you can do either Zillow or Redfin, right? So let's just go over there. Okay, so you can do cats allow, dog allow too, because you want to be separate. You want to be compete against the hotels, right? By allowing that and furnish. Okay, so look, you got so many options here, right? And then you can get into something like this for like 3,000, okay, a month, right? Fully furnished, everything's ready for you, okay? And then because of the corporate clients, you can say, hey, how would you like to get triple the cash flow, right? So I know for a fact that with this property like Vegas, this one, we can get like 6,000, 7,000, right? So even if you don't want to furnish it, you can do it this way. It's a low-hanging fruit for you, okay? And boom, you can partner up with these people and literally do 6,000. You can either rent this for 3,000, sublease it out for 6,000, making 2,000, 3,000 a month, or you can just partner up with them. You don't have to pay rent, right? Collaborate. And the 6,000, you make like 20, 30% of that. So you're still making 1,000, 2,000 a month without the risk of any risk, without really any risk. Does that make sense? Somebody took the major risk of buying this property, rehabbing it, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And then furnish it. And then you simply roll in like a boss and help them make more money. And then you make more as well. So win-win together. You see what I'm saying? This one is 6 bedroom, 5 bath. It's huge. Okay. For only 3,300. I mean, come on. You see, you can rent this to corporate all day long for 6, 7,000. And there's plenty of them here, right? See, sometimes renting for 16,000, 17,000, right? So you want to look for the one that's about 3 or 4,000 in this market, still have great opportunities because a lot of them, they just don't know what they're doing, right? And it's because of our track record and everything, we can just leverage their property. It's beautiful property right here. You see? This all day long, you can rent a corporate for 6, 7,000, or an insurance family who go into a disaster and they need a place to stay, right? So that's what you do. That's how fast you can find out another property. Find out another opportunity, right? Great question. Why don't corporate tenant go directly to landlord? Because this company, they're not in that business, right? Whatever business they are in, they got to focus on that business. Okay. And they're not going to rent an entire place for the year, furnish it, and then do all that, right? They rather get in, pay somebody, get out, because they make their money in their business. You can't be chasing two rabbits at the same time. Okay. So that's why. Everybody have their own thing. A lot of them, they just don't know, they don't know too. Okay. So you think people would know, but a lot of them, they don't. Okay. It's just the way it is, right? Sometimes they got 12 months, but usually 3 to 6 months, but they have 90% extension rate, Douglas. 90% of the time they extend. So we literally have people stay book for 3 months, but sometimes stay for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months at double the market rent because corporate projects never finish on time. And if they have insurance project like renovation at their home, they never finish on time. They always renovation always take like double the time, right? So that's why. Now Douglas has been participating a lot and I love that. So I'm gonna help him to go analyze his area, Sarasota, Florida. Okay. Oh man, Douglas, sorry, just look at the time. Don't have a lot of time. Book a call with me. I'll analyze the area for you, the property for you, and all of that. Right now, I wanna show you guys what to say when you call the corporate clients. I mean, when you call the company. So why would the landlord give you do this business with you? It's because of what I'm about to share with you today, right now. Make it a win-win for them. Okay. So look, what do you say? These things right here, these 4 things. One, landlord. We will take care of your property like it's our own because it's our business, right? Oh, and Dr. Sherry, I saw your property too. LA is a great market, fantastic. Okay. Sorry, I don't have the time to analyze that market for you, but book a call with me and I will analyze personally for you on that call at 1 hour with me. Okay. So look forward to that. But this is what you say. We get professional clean every few months, we pay for it. Any repairs under $200 a month, we got to fix ourselves. We don't want to worry about a thing. And then our clients are higher caliber people, professional that have well-established career. So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their job or family, right? If you're a landlord and if I told you all these things, wouldn't it make sense even at least you should check it out? Be open-minded, right? And if they're not open-minded, they're not for you anyway. You're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you, right? You're going to be the best and last tenant they ever need. So interview them. Make sure it's the right fit. Remember, guys, all you need is just a few good partners. That's it. The rest, once you do good for one landlord, the rest will come from referral. The rest will come from referral, right? So that's why I work. Makes sense? So giving you the keys to the kingdom here. Take this seriously, okay? That's why it's a no-brainer for them to work with us. And with our track record, that's the key that most people miss because our track record, they have the confidence in us. Okay. So within our community, we have a little 7-figure script, literally role playing every single week with our student to get it down, get all the lingo, every single thing. So make sure you sound professional from day one, right? And how do you get somebody to be able to trust you? All of that is in our community and in our mentorship. Okay. Now, I also want to go to one more thing. For people who don't have a lot of cash right now and they want to scale even faster, I want to introduce you to a way where you do zero money down. Literally zero money down. You make 6-figure passive without even owning the real estate or even renting the property. How you do that? It's called corporate hosting or joint venture, whatever you want to call it. So you want to understand the profit, right? If you rent the place without furniture for 3,000, you can sublease it for 6,000. You're making 20% as a co-host, as a manager, consultant, whatever you want to call it. But you're gonna making about $1,200 a month, every single month, from this one property, almost passively. You do that 10 times, that's $12,000 right there, right? Utility minus vacancy, net rent to the owner is 3,700. Extra cash flow to the owner is 700. So remember, the owner usually only making 10% of the mortgage. I mean, 10% after mortgage of the rent. So if they rent is 3,000, they're usually only making $300. Now they're making $1,000 because you get them corporate clients, insurance clients. So that's tripling their cash flow. You're gonna be their best friend. Make sense? So what's the perfect pitch for them? How would you like to double or triple your cash flow while somebody else do all the work for you? You see? I mean, who's gonna say no to that, right? It's a dream come true for our landlord, right? So that's the $1 million pitch. I just gave it to you for free right there. Boom. Okay. And why? Because we are all about solving landlord problems, right? Adding value. What are some of the problems? Tenants can squat at their property and it costs them a lot of money. Okay. A lot of money to this. Oh, Douglas want to give a shout out. Okay. Hold on a moment, Douglas. Okay, let me finish this and we'll do that. So tenants can squat 3 to 6 months. Eviction take a lot of time, money, and maintenance, right? Maintenance of property, toilets. Who didn't want to fix toilet, right? Then there's no profit with the owner when the owner manage it as well. Okay. So when we do it, we have zero eviction again. So don't worry about that. You triple your cash flow for the investor, right? The landlord, homeowner, and then we have corporate clients, so they're not going to do anything to do bad with the property. They don't want to lose their job. And even if they do, you have enough money to get maintaining the property. You can hire a professional to maintain the property. You see? So it's a win-win-win for everybody. And then if you don't put any money in and you make money from it, what kind of return is that? Right? Infinite return. Right? I want to share with you that slide. So now disclaimer, this is not financial legal advice, right? It's not. Okay. Take it with what you will. But if your initial expense is $0, you don't even have to buy the furniture that some landlord will pay. You can even rent the furniture. And what kind of return is that? Infinite return. You see? So literally, you want 10K a month. Now, co-hosting, you make a little bit less than arbitrage, right? Because arbitrage is a little bit more risk. You can rent the property and pay for the furniture and all of that. But hey, either way, you want to learn as many tools you possibly can. And of course, if you own the property, great. You make money from that. This work for property that you own too. I don't want to, the whole goal is to own a lot of property, but the challenge is to buy it, take a lot of time and money that people don't have, right? So that's the formula for this. And you want 10K a month, just do a few of these property, right? And then for co-hosting, you can do very fast. So remember the arbitrage formula, 2 properties a month? Well, co-hosting, you can do even 3 a month, 4 a month, right? You can stack it up very quickly because a lot of them already have furnitures. You see how fast you can stack this and win together, right? All right, Douglas, I can give you a couple minutes here. Thanks for the shout out here. Let's see what, welcome, Douglas. See what you got, huh? You look great, by the way. So my team highlight Douglas real quick. Give him a quick shout out here. That.
Hey, what's going on? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, what's up, Douglas? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, how you doing? Hey, just wanted to shout you
Awesome.
out, man. I've popped in. I've been on a few of your calls. We talked a while back. And for anybody that hasn't met Dr. Chau in person, definitely it's a privilege to be here with him, and you'll get to know him as you start hanging out with him some more. But wealth of knowledge, and I would say, as a real estate investor who's been in the business over 12 years myself, he's very, very smart, and it's something that we're looking at doing. So I do want to reconnect with you on that as well. We've owned and bought and sold hundreds of properties over the past 12 and a half years.
Nice.
Sides of the table, and it's the simplest, I think, way that I can think of, making income. He's describing it to you guys. So it didn't pay, and you listen and call over dividends and continue to help people. We've tried all different kinds of stuff from wholesale, unfurnished, furnished, church, for all the above. And I would say at this point, we get rid of all the real estate. The only thing we're focusing on internally is commercial deals and stuff like you're describing tonight. So this is about cash flow, and cash flow, I think, matters more than most people realize. A lot of people are focused so much on like wealth, and wealth will come, but the first step is like, let's get some overflow of cash. And I think you got a great model to do that. So I just really want to shout you out, man. I've been following you for some while, and as a peer in the industry, I think you're doing really cool stuff. So folks got to pay attention.
Yeah, thanks, Douglas. I appreciate you, brother. Can you guys hear him okay, or it's kind of break up a little bit, or is that just me?
Oh no, it's breaking up a little bit.
Okay, I think some yeah, maybe turn off the camera and see if that works.
Yeah,
better. Lagging, right? Okay,
I mean,
good.
All right. Look, it was
Cool.
lagging. Can you hear me any better now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. So I think I heard you've been in the industry for a while, right? Doing the hundreds of properties, do all kind of deals, right? So what is it about us specifically that
Yeah.
got you that
Yeah.
want to give you a shout out?
Yeah. So I think what I was going to say was, can you hear me any better now?
A little bit, yeah.
Hold on, let's see here. Trying to get on my Wi-Fi. Bear with me a second.
Mhm.
All right. I don't know if it's any better, but I was just trying to say that I think as far as your model is concerned, I think it's very smart. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think folks in the real estate space and folks who are looking to get into it are so focused on buying property when in reality they want to grow income, and they don't necessarily know that. I think you're describing a very smart model to be able to grow passive income. And I'm just saying that for folks that don't have maybe the experience, or even those that do, what you're describing is very smart to create passive income and sort of simple to execute. So if anyone's not aware of how simple that is, and it doesn't understand the other elements of like buy, fix, and flip, or buy and hold, and what it means to be a landlord, like for somebody that's done a lot of that here in our business in multiple markets, and I have clients as well, I think the model that you're describing is super smart. And what I was saying was, I think folks got to pay attention to listen to what you're training on, and they need to listen and be like willing to follow your plan, because obviously you've proven it. And when someone like this, Dr. Chau, sits in front of a room, he could be doing a lot of other things this time of day, this time, tonight. So he cares about you guys. And I met him in person at least once. I think we met at an event, and I've kind of followed you for a little while. So I just know that your heart's to serve, and people got to pay attention and follow what you've already figured out, which is very smart. So that was really what I wanted to say for you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Douglas. I appreciate it, brother. Yes.
Absolutely.
And yeah, much respect to you. I know you've done a lot of amazing things as well, right? And to have somebody like in your caliber that have been doing real estate for that long period of time, you say that mean the world for me. So for those of you who are newer to the real estate, why do you want to focus on cash flow instead of the traditional real estate, Douglas? Why do you think this model is better than the traditional ways for you? You muted, by the way. Oh, let's see if I can do that.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So when you do the math on it, like first off, the way I look at it is, if you got as a business professional, and let alone a real estate professional, you can make an active income. You could also make passive income. So I think there's already a difference there that people should think about. So if you don't have to work to generate the income, that's a major win. And a lot of times people will pay a multiple of what passive income is to be able to own that passive income stream. So for example, if you have a business that produces $1,000 a month extra passive income, some people would say that, yeah, that's $12,000 a year. Some people would pay 8 to 10 times that amount as far as the value for that income stream to own that income stream. And
Yes.
people don't think about the passive nature of what you're describing. When you think about the active side, people have to work and people are trading their time for money. And I think you, if I remember your story correctly, I believe you were a pharmacist, and I used to work in Johnson & Johnson, so I kind of was in a similar space. And I would trade my hours, my time, and I would not see my family. I would not have the flexibility to go and try to earn an income. And I was at the mercy of an employer, which a lot of the folks on this call probably also have to deal with on a day-to-day basis or have done that in the past. The average American goes through that every single day. And the thing is, it's not fair to put a value on our time that's being limited by someone else's decision versus what we can create, what God has planned for us, and what we can ultimately create, especially when someone is willing to train like you are and show a pathway. And people are just kind of like, oh, well, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. This is like what you're seeing tonight is literally no BS, like life-changing information if people apply it. And like I said, I have no incentive other than seeing people succeed and seeing you do well and seeing, a peer group of people that need to hear this and apply it. But yeah, passive income in business is like the holy grail. And for you guys to be able to earn thousands of dollars a month passively without having to invest a lot of money to do that for owning the real estate, from literally having bought like millions and tens of millions of dollars in real estate ourselves and borrowing and investing funds and ultimately just risking a lot of capital to do all this stuff. If you can avoid having to do all that and still generate the passive income and have a very attractive income stream to replace your active income, like that's what I think a lot of people maybe are not getting per se. Like if you can get enough passive income, you've said it tonight a couple of times, I think, but to get enough passive income to replace the need for you to have to work for somebody else, now you have time freedom, and now you potentially could have financial freedom, but I call it time freedom. Whereas now you can buy back the hours that your family deserves for your time and your focus and the people you want to help and care about and the things you want to do for your community, your church, et cetera. But it's not just growing income. I think cash flow is important, but passive income is the key thing here. And I want to make sure your audience hears and sees that,
Yes. Amen. Every dollar passive income is like $10 of active income or even more anytime, any
Right.
day, right? Yeah. Thank
That's
you,
right.
Douglas. So book a call with me,
Absolutely.
brother. Look forward to
Yeah, let's
connect with you.
reconnect, man. I definitely will. I would love to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talk soon.
Look forward to all soon. Take care. All
Sounds
right,
good, brother.
guys.
Have a good night. Thanks for
Yeah. Good night, brother. So that was absolutely awesome. Good to reconnect with Douglas. Definitely that was not planned. I remember meeting him, amazing mentor to many people as well. And to have him say that is definitely an honor and a privilege. So for those of you who haven't already booked a call, let's book a call and explore to see if we are good, alignment what we need to do and see if we could fit with the community. I want to introduce you to the community here real quick. And after this, I'm going to guide you to a quick 10 minutes exercise. Don't go anywhere because this last 10 minutes can really change your life. So let's watch this video about the community, and then we're going to jump straight into it. So for those of you who haven't already, last call to book the call is right now. Don't do it before. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but why not? Why not figure out how fast you can go it, how far you can get to, right? And if you don't do it, what I can guarantee you is you're gonna be in the same place at the same time, even more burnout, more frustrated, a year, 5 years, 10 years from now, and think about it that way, right? So anyway, let's rock and roll with this real quick.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. Is Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Ann. To be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within like these last like 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
I like is the access, having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to notice. I tested him. And when I say test him, I test his character, and that's what I liked about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So
it has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but like you guys said, like, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did, we jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand, felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we rented for $1,895. I think with the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program, and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully. Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had 1 property where she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward a year now, how many properties you have now? On average, $2K a month for properties. You're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Right now I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month?
We about 3 to 3.5 per property.
It's 3,000 to 3,500 per property. So man, you're killing it. And those 3 properties making almost 10K a month.
Started last September. I started with nothing and just enough money to get 1 house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about $65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I've formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust. I felt understood. I felt cared for from really all of you. And just, I think this is my community from now on.
I also want to just express gratitude to Dr. Chau, the coaches, the team. Putting on this live event was just life-changing for me. On behalf of my family, I know it's going to do well for us. I'm so excited for the future. Thank you.
There was a point in your life, I am sure, Dr. Chau, that I don't know if you envisioned or where this whole idea came from, but you're absolutely a trailblazer, pioneer, and it must have taken a whole lot of chutzpah, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, stamina, energy, brilliance. I'm just deeply grateful that you shared it with a lot of us.
I would be remiss if I didn't offer my gratitude to Dr. Chau and the entire team, actually. It's one thing to hear this through webcasts and through Zoom calls, but to see and be in person and feel the love, the gratitude, the passion is a totally different experience. And I really appreciate it and so happy that I've chosen to come and join at this level.
I've never been to a mastermind that's business oriented, included a spiritual component in it. So that was just a really refreshing. I go to 10X events all the time. I don't think I've skipped one yet in terms of the business summit, but I don't think I'm going to skip one event here.
All right, guys. So last call, look awesome. Douglas, look forward to connect with you again, brother. Let's roll. Exactly. All right, I'm gonna do a very special exercise. Roll right into it now. So do this with me and change your life, okay? Or not, up to you. Okay, you don't have to try it. It's up to you. You got your freedom. But for those of you who experienced this with me before, some people just keep coming back just for this exercise I'm going to share with you. So everybody relax. Put your hand on your heart and deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. Now, we are motivated by two things, either pain or pleasure, right? So let's imagine a year from now, and you did not do anything about what you saw on that fateful day in May 2026. Okay. And you're stuck in the same rut, in the same time as you did a year ago. Except now you're in a worse time, even worse, because you're bleeding, you're getting older, you keep on getting stuck. There was a way out, but you didn't take it for whatever reason. Procrastination, making excuses. How do you feel? Okay. So I challenge you to go there. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's hard to see. But if you go there in your imagination, then you don't have to go there in your reality. But you keep on lying to yourself. The only person you BSing is you. Okay? So let's go there. What if you lose your job tomorrow and you didn't set this up right? What if the economy change? What if AI take over your whole industry? AI is taking over everything. 90% of the most jobs out there is not going to be in here anymore in the next 5, 10 years. What are you going to do? Oh, did you know that there's one thing AI cannot hack? Is where you and I be sleeping tonight. Everybody need a place to sleep. It's a business that is always time. It's always be here and it's always going to be here. That's something AI cannot hack, guys. You got me? So this is one of the few rare business left where you can make money in your sleep and AI can't really hack it. Like unless you sleep on a virtual cloud. Makes sense? But your job, whatever can get hacked. Doctor, lawyer too. I'm talking about all professionals. AI can do it much better than you can. Literally a few years from now, you better make this happen now. But imagine if you don't, 5, 10 years from now, you get replaced by technology or the economy change, right? Or the new law regulation and your funds go away. That's experienced a bunch of that with the new administration, unfortunately. Do you think it's going to get better or get worse? What if it's get worse? What if you lose your number one source of income right now? Usually it's your job or your small business. What are you guys going to do? Imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where are you heading? What's the worst case scenario? What are you going to do when there's no income? And you look at yourself and you wish you would have, should have, could have. In 10 years from now, you're probably going to have, knock on wood, but let's say you have a major health issue. Your parents. Who are you fighting for? Who's your loved one that you're taking care of? Or because of your inaction, you miss your son and your daughters growing up. You're working 50, 60 hours a week and never see them. They don't know who you are, who you really are, and you don't really know them. How do you feel? How does that feel? To look yourself in the mirror 10 years from now with regrets of all the years you wasted, all the love of your family that you have gone because you didn't step up and make things happen for them and for you. You keep procrastinated, making excuses, 20 years from now. Imagine you on your deathbed. What are you going to tell your children? Hey, kid, don't do what I did. Hey, grandkid, don't do what I did. Is that what you want? It's happening all the time. Every day. So how do you feel when you see the disappointment in their eyes? And how you want to be remembered by when you're long gone from here? Oh, don't do what my dad did, my mom did, what my grandpa did. They had all these talents and they wasted it. And now we're in debt, we're broke. And now we got to pay off that debt, even worse. Well, we got to figure out on our own and still stuck at a job, working with somebody else's dream for 30, 40 years now, just like our parents did. Is that something you want for your children? For your grandkids? For yourself? Imagine 30, 40 years from now, still working, slaving away. Never get fulfillment in your dream goals, what you promise yourself and your family. How do you feel? Okay. Hopefully you embody that. You know you do it right when you start crying and all of that, right? And I challenge you to do that. Now shake it off, okay? So great job, guys. Now let's do something fun. Now put your hand in your heart. Deep breath, shake it off, shake it off. Whew. Shake off all that negativity, all that energy. And now let's imagine a different path. What if you did take the red pill, like the Matrix, and you see how far this rabbit hole go? Whatever take you back a year from now. Imagine it's 6 months from now, and you did the right thing, and you did enroll, and you get the right mentorship, the right community. Whether it's us or somebody else, it doesn't matter. But you got the right business for you and your family. I know this is the one, and you actually made it happen. And now you make 6 figures passively. Because of that day on May 12th, you decided enough is enough. And you decided that once for all, you're going to make it happen no matter what. You're going to burn the boats. Once for all, you have finally take the life line. I believe in divine intervention. I believe in coincidences, right? It's like that story of God keep on giving you lifeline, giving you boats to the people who are drowning and say, oh, the better boat's coming. The helicopter came. And oh, I'm still waiting for a better way to get out of my situation. And then you meet your creator, and the creator asks you, what more you want? I send you 2 boats and a helicopter. Okay? Don't be that person. But now imagine you put on your cape of power, right? Have you ever been on top of the world in anything? Take yourself back there to that moment, whether graduation, wedding, some where you feel amazing, the time where you feel amazing, you're on top of the world. What will you name that badass? What will you name that person? For example, for me, it's Stone Lion. I'm a Stone Lion. Yeah. Right? What is for you? Could be anything, but make you feel good. Name that leader inside you. We all have it. And get that person to take charge, take name. That hero to take charge, kick ass, take name. Okay? How do you feel? What are you going to do for you and your family? Say a year from now, you generate 6-figure passive now. You kick ass, you have over 10 properties, making you 10, 20K a month passively. And then all your college funds are paid for, right? You retire your parents, you retire your spouse, travel around the world together. How do you feel? What do you do with you and your family? Where will you take them? Think of that dream vacation destination. Is it Europe, Asia, Africa? All expenses paid by you. So 5 years, 10 years from now. And you'll be free the rest of your life. And then you watch your kids grow up, and then they be a part of it as well. And they can make their money as a teenager. They made a teenager we have help. Make more than an adult make in their sleep. How do you feel? And 20 years from now, you have grandkids. How would they look up to you? Now you have hundreds of property. Now you'll be like Douglas, who done hundreds of deals, tens of millions of dollars in real estate, worth many, many millions. Now you give back, helping other people, your community, your church, other people. How do you feel? Having your own foundation. Who will you help? Who are you fighting for? Is it your spouse, your mom, your dad, your children, your future children, grandkids? You're going to do more for your loved one than you do for yourself. What is it that you really want? What's your ultimate dream? What if anything is possible? What if you can accomplish it in 10 times faster, 10 times easier with the right people, and 10 times more fun with the right community? How do you feel? Now imagine on your deathbed looking back, your beautiful life. You have hundreds of properties now. You literally make millions of dollars passively, cash flow. You're worth whatever that number is for you, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, doesn't matter. But most importantly, you got your freedom within months. Come back to that fateful day on May 12, 2026. That you made a decision that enough is enough, and once for all, you're going to make it happen no matter what. You kick Aztec name within months, you got your freedom. And then you have enjoyed the last 50, 60 years of your life in full bliss, full fulfillment, absolute freedom for you, your kids, your family, forever and ever. And you set up a trust fund now, and they spit out amazing passively income. And more importantly, you pass down the knowledge, the skill set, and you help them become who they were meant to become, your kids, because of the example you set. And they have their own investment, they have their own business, they have their own passive income from real estate. How do you feel for generations and generations to come? Now that's true freedom. So now, come from this beautiful state, give thanks as if it's already happened. So I'm going to count down 10 to 1, and we're going to celebrate your rebirth. Today is your new day of your rebirth. Remember how you celebrate New Year's every year? You're so excited. I want you to 100x that, because you are worth way more than that. Say, I am premium. I am a child of God. I believe that anything belongs to the Father belongs to me. That's my personal belief. It doesn't have to be yours. But what if you can believe that for a moment? Why not? Right? Why not? You see the vast universe. It's abundance. And aren't we all sons and daughters of the Heavenly Father? Don't you want your kids to have more than you do and have better things than you do? Same as our Heavenly Father. Do you believe you're worthy of it or not? I challenge you to believe that you're worthy of it. I challenge you, you believe that you deserve it. Receive it. God's already paid the price. He's there for you. Let's make it happen together, okay? So say, I am a son and daughter of God. Everything to the Father belongs to me. I will make it happen no matter what this year once for all. Change my life forever and change my generation to come forever. So everybody count down with me. Put your hands in the chat like this, like a team, and count down 10 to 1, and then celebrate with me, okay? So let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Celebrate, celebrate. Yes, 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 yes. Good job, guys. Super proud of you guys. For those of you who haven't booked a call, that have booked a call, I see you guys here. Definitely see you on the inside. For those you haven't, what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Okay. So yeah, this will work best in any city, any properties. You can scale in multiple properties, multiple businesses. But we're gonna talk more for those of you who book a call with us. See you guys. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. Welcome. Take care,
Have a
guys.
great
God
night,
bless.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.